Tesla short sellers are set to lose $1.62 billion today as the stock rises 12% after earnings. I'm starting the video really quick with Tesla because yesterday we took a YOLO trade and I told you it could go 50-50 either way. We ended up entering puts on Tesla. The earnings was a miss, yet the stock still ran. Just a quick breakdown. The reason this is the case, the reason this happened is because of future guidance with the stock. They announced some things that investors liked and the move was apparently already priced into the downside. Now Tesla is sitting at 159.29, up 10% on the day, and not necessarily revenge trading, but we're going to talk a little bit about the trades that we're about to take for tonight because we have a major earnings this week and hopefully we can hit one tonight and then maybe another one before the week ends. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a lot of stuff to cover with AMC, GameStop, the overall market, earnings, and what is happening. What is the sentiment? Where is everything going? Without further ado, hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Okay, AMC's trading at $3.27, down 3.54% on the day. This is exactly what we said was about to come, except it didn't quite hit $3.65. AMC ended up coming up to $3.55 instead, and now it is getting this consolidation sort of mini retracement that we completely expected, completely anticipated, and honestly, if we end up selling off into earnings, that's probably the better case scenario. We're going to talk a little bit about that later on. Everything playing out to a T, even our GameStop. We said GameStop is about to have a bounce off of this bottom descending support channel right here, and it had a beautiful bounce up almost 5%, trading at $10.60. Don't be surprised if GameStop comes up to between $11.30 and $11.90 in the next week or so. AMC short interest sitting at 21.38%, not seeing a change over there as well, according to Ortex. GameStop call to put ratio 6,000 calls compared to 3,000 puts expiring in the money, so now we are winning on the options chain for the week with 38,000 calls expiring out of the money compared to 8,000 puts. So more people betting bullish. Hopefully we can see more of these contracts go in the money and expire in the money towards the end of the week. Short exempt volume still sitting around 10,000. AMC options chain 22,000 compared to 12,000 puts expiring in the money, and then 71,000 calls compared to 28,000 puts expiring out of the money. More people betting bullish. We are winning on the options chain by about double. Short exempt volume has been extremely high on AMC for a few weeks now. They are trying to really control the algorithm. Now, AMC Entertainment stock declines while market improves. This was 18 hours ago. AMC barely had a decline. It had a complete hammer candle right here. And the reason they're putting out this article, if you dig deeper into the article, they're saying that the anticipated move is a decline coming into the next earnings because investors are worried it's going to be very negative. Now, this has a little bit of merit to it because Adam Aron even said that the box office sales for Q1 are going to be ugly. They're not going to be great. If AMC comes up and gets a surprise beat, even after all of this negative information that has anticipated this thing to drop, then this thing is going to skyrocket. Another thing to note, some of it could already be priced in coming into the May earnings. And if that is the case, you'll see us start climbing even further coming into the earnings. Either way, this is the one bump in the road that we're waiting and paying attention to, and that is on May 8th. Finally, another lawsuit has been filed against Gary Gensler, the SEC, and the CAT system. This one is comparing the CAT consolidated audit trail to that of imprisonment during the French Revolution. You literally cannot make this up. They are trying to do whatever they can to prevent the CAT system from being implemented. This is going to cause too much transparency for the criminals out there. So shout out to the CAT. Hopefully nothing gets delayed, but you can see they are trying to stop it, including Citadel. Okay. The SPY did not hold this channel. Nvidia did not hold this channel. Bitcoin did not hold its channel. This is scary. Right now, I'm going to explain to you yesterday what we talked a little bit about. We said in yesterday's video, the only thing that, we're kind of watching for Tesla, right, for earnings in general for the overall market is you're really just hoping that these will break over. The SPY will break over out of this lower low sort of scenario, and instead it got rejected right here. Same thing with Nvidia. Instead, it got rejected right here. Same thing with Bitcoin, which we're going to talk about crypto in 1 second. But as of right now, we don't have a confirmed direction as to is this correction over in the overall market, which is going to be scary for some of the earnings plays that we're about to get into. Another thing I wanted to point out is crypto. We said yesterday we want to see Bitcoin hold above 66,500 and get a full candle close above that. Instead, it flushed down below, and now it is coming down to test support at 64K. In my opinion, what this means for Bitcoin, what this likely means, is that this retracement isn't over, and that the bottom for Bitcoin, the bottom of the retracement, wasn't 59,000, 60,000. Instead, it's probably likely to flash a little bit lower. This doesn't have to happen. I just want to show you what the technicals are showing me, and that is where we stand. I am still holding my Bitcoin, I am still holding my crypto, and I am still continuing to add more. Now, Hong Kong's Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs officially approved to begin trading on April 30th. Should be a good thing for Bitcoin as well. US government seeks 3 years in prison for Binance CEO, CZ, or ex-Binance CEO. And another thing that the market is not going to react well with is war. Israel strikes 40 Hezbollah sites in South Lebanon. Okay, we have major earnings happening this week. We just had Tesla. What is happening after the close today that we're paying attention to? We have plenty. We have Meta, for Chipotle. And then after the close Thursday, you have Microsoft, Google, Friday, ExxonMobil. We have a ton of earnings plays. Here's Ford's chart right here in case you want to screenshot it and figure out what is happening. Maybe you can play out some technicals very similarly. However, Ford is not the one we're paying attention to. We are paying attention to Meta, which recently had a 10.8% decline from its peak, now trading at 488.98, down 1.45% on the day. Trading at the mid-range of the RSI, has had 1, 2, 3, 4 back-to-back beats on earnings. And as of right now, we don't really know what to expect based off of this, right? We don't have sort of a direction. We're testing the very, very top of the channel, which shows that there is more room for downside than upside. But if you break above the 1618 on the fib, that shows extreme upside up to about $760 for Meta. Could do something like following Nvidia, for example. Now, Meta is probably going to be on earnings, but does that mean it's going to scale higher after hours? Not necessarily. Meta has to sort of talk about, again, reiterate, come up with some new things that have to do with AI, which has been growing it in the past. The one thing I want to point out is that Zuckerberg, the CEO, has been selling shares. You want to pay attention to their actions, okay? He has been selling shares in Meta. Here is a safer strategy if you do not want to play this directly. Also, before I get into that, remember, yesterday we talked about short sellers profiting off of big tech stocks in the past week. Meta down 10%. They're probably out of these positions and they're ready for it to reverse. So you have a 50-50 scenario as to where where Meta is going to go. If you play FBL, this is a 2x ETF on Meta, trading at 2630, down 2.71%. Here are the levels for you. Again, got rejected right here with the SPY, with Nvidia, with plenty of other plays, and now it's holding 26.15. If we break below 26.15, you're watching $24.80. If we break 24.80, you're watching 21. If we break 21, you're watching 14.85 for a bottom. If we gap and break above, it's probably going to, give sympathy to the SPY, Nvidia, Bitcoin, the overall market as well, right? This is part of the Magnificent Seven. This, you can play stock. So if you're wrong after hours, you don't have to take that major hit, that major loss with options. Of course, your gain is going to be a lot lower. Your loss is going to be a lot lower. This is less risk, but you are going to be able to sell after hours, and that is the plus side, that is the upside, that is the advantage of this. So I just want to put this on your radar and give you guys sort of a safer way to maybe make some money back on those Tesla puts. Nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. One thing I wanted to note, however, a similar chart is Netflix, where we were scaling up at the top of this range and we got flushed down, we got flushed out, okay? This was on earnings as well. If Meta plays out something similarly, this is going to get flushed out on earnings, and that is just something that I want to point out because the charts are a little bit similar here. That was about a 15% decline from its peak. Meta's already down 10% from its peak. That would bring it right down to around 452.30 on Meta, which is a very possible scenario. Keep that in mind. Let me know how you're playing it in the comments down below. And before the end of the trading day, I will have made up my mind on which way I am playing this, and I will drop it in Discord. If you guys want to know that trade, get in the Discord as soon as you watch this video. Come talk with me. Come talk with the most amazing people. It's only a coffee a month. Sacrifice a coffee a month. Level up your trading journey. You can make this back in one trade. It's literally nothing. We have options trading alerts in there. We talk stocks, and there are just the best vibes. That link is under the description and pinned in the top of comments, so you guys can go find it. Also, speaking of Meta, if you want a free fractional share of Meta and the Magnificent Seven, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, Google, use my link, open a Moomoo account, and make a deposit. If you are having trouble trading earnings, you got to use Moomoo. Moomoo is by far the best app with earnings tools, customizable earnings calendar, giving you the best notifications in my opinion, easily able to tune into earnings calls. That link is in the description and pinned in the top of comments as well. Go do that. You're getting a ton of other benefits along with that once you sign up and make a deposit. That is it, guys. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.